Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua yesterday personally moved to court in an attempt to block the impeachment motion against him. And the Deputy President, who described the process as a choreographed political lynching designed to defeat the sovereign will of the people of Kenya, also poked holes in the 11 charges facing him.
That's right. He petitioned the High Court's Constitution and Human Rights Division in Nairobi to block the National Assembly from debating the motion undertaken in all the 290 constituencies, the diaspora, and the 1,450 electoral wards where the presidential election takes place.
Yeah, the DP said that one day that Parliament has actually scheduled had actually scheduled today for public hearings is grossly insufficient to facilitate any meaningful public participation and not enough to overturn the sovereign will of the people who voted for him and President William Ruto in the last election. So Mr. Gachagua said in the petition that the motion to impeach him was entirely founded on deceit, misrepresentations, and of course suppression of material facts which have been peddled to the public so as to achieve the improper and unconstitutional purpose.
That's right. Now, of course, the fact that this impeachment attempt comes at a time when him and the president are feuding obviously does not work in his favor. He says that he also has amassed 5.2 billion shillings in property over the last 2 years since he became president. He says that has no basis. And quote, had the mover of the motion bothered to ask me or carry out elementary searches at government registries before sensationally making this false, wild, salacious and malicious allegations, he would have found the truth.
And of course, there is a mover in this motion, that is Kibwezi West MP Mwengi Mutuse, who claimed that Mr. Gachagua had acquired Outspan Top Sleeve Gardens Hotel, Vipingo Beach Hotel, Queensgate serviced apartments, and several parcels of land in Nyeri and Meru counties. I know these could be allegations, and they might be pointed out up until some documentation is actually put on page. But I'm just looking at a situation whereby this beta exchange is actually going to cost the ordinary Mwananchi a lot of time. And we remember that it's also been speculatively seen as by political analysts as hash towards Danny, hash tones towards Schiff.
Yes.
Hash tones towards the situation that's happening with teachers and the transition that's happening most recently. Just yesterday, we gave you a report on what's really happening, and that the intern teachers are not going to get an opportunity to be hired, or rather, they have to reapply for jobs that they've been sitting in for about a year plus.
It's absolute madness, of course, but we do want to hear your opinions on this Gachagua ouster, and of course on all the other things that are making headlines, including Schiff and the forced migration of people. By the way, there's 2 petitioners who've gone to court about that migration without people's consent, right?
Alafu Mariam,
Adani pia.
I think there are some people who just do not like Gachagua. Like, mpaka wakaeka kwa gazeti.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw public participation with my own eyes.
So that means if they wanted to, they could. We said this yesterday. They put a form in the dailies for you to give your comments about the DP's impeachment. Where were those forms when we were doing the finance bill, these agricultural bills, the ICT bill, Schiff, everything?
Nothing. There was nothing.